We work on sewer treatment systems, installing them, mostly commercial, but sometimes we do residential to fill in when commercial jobs are not available. We just completed a project in Chico for about a 58 house subdivision at the collection plant that treats the sewage and puts it back into the ground. And then one of the main problems that Chico has to deal with is they have a high nitrate area, and they're trying to reduce the nitrates that go into the soils. So the treatment plants take the nitrate out of the soil before they put it back in, and that's one of the harder things to do in the treatment systems. The particular one we put in, we had to inject carbon back into the effluent because that decreases the nitrates. Most generally doesn't have to be done, but in this particular plant it did because of the high volume. They're flowing about anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 gallons a day. Paradise, actually, I believe, is the largest community without a sewer system. So that's a lot of septic systems. They've been for probably the last 20 or so years trying to come up with a sewer system alternative. They're looking into piping it down to Chico and using their treatment plant. That's one of the options. And so they're having meetings and stuff on that again. And they do that about every few years, and it gets shot down and stays septic. It's just me and one worker. And we're really efficient. We have a lot of equipment that will do the job a lot faster than putting a lot of people on it. And over the years I've had different crews, and a lot of the times I'd be just going from job site to job site, fixing things that weren't right. And this way we can keep it all, all localized, and everything gets done right the first time. On the equipment, we run a lot of bobcat equipment because it's pretty compact, and a lot of areas we have to get into backyards or whatever where there's only 4 to 5 feet space on the side of the house. And it's real reliable and very powerful equipment. I know when I first started using the bobcat equipment, a lot of people thought they were toys, and now a lot of the other installers have them because they really work well. We do some sewer installations. In Chico, they put some new sewer mains in, and they're trying to reduce the nitrogen into the soil, so they're collecting the sewage and taking it to the sewer plant. And so we're tying a lot of the houses into the main lines. And on some of those, you can't get around the house with a new sewer line, so we bore from the backyard to the front yard underneath of the house and go directly into the street. So the boring machine is pretty helpful. It's a ditch witch, a JT922, which it's only about 48 inches wide, so it can get down the side of the house most generally, unless it's really smaller than that. I worked in the septic industry for probably about 10 years or 12 years, and I wanted to look for a job that was less dirty, so a job that I could take a shower in the morning and stay pretty clean most of the day. And so I came across a restaurant, which I'd never been in that restaurant business before, and it had a bad septic system, and it needed an engineered system for it. So I worked out a deal with the owner of the property, and I bought the property and installed the septic system and ran the restaurant. And had that for about 6 years, and found out that that's not really what I wanted to do. It was a little cleaner, but a lot more involved. So I went back into the septic system installation and stayed with that.